essentially I wanted to fill out a spot on my neighborhood map, but there was a lot of struggles. I don't know why my game just decided to run like molasses, and spoiler alert, it totally crashes and I lose what I did. But it's okay, because I lost track of my initial plan because I got obsessed with plants, and that's not what I wanted. What I wanted was kind of a cool, nature-y area that was still kind of, not upscale, but like where the nobles can hang out. This is meant to be like a park, but not really. And yeah, so I wanted a couple things to do, and mainly it was going to be like a date spot for my Sims to hang out in. Yeah, the struggle was real. Because I was like, okay, well, I'll make sure there's like a little pond. And I know I wanted like some benches. I did want some chess tables. I didn't end up placing them in this version a lot, but hold on, I'm gonna take this off. When I rebuild it, I plan on going back to what I intended to do. You know how it is. You start placing plants and all of a sudden you're just like, it's been 2 hours and all I've done is place plants. Unless that's just me, but eh. So yeah, I did like a big path, and then I figured I would kind of make it smaller using terrain tools just so it was a little bit not terrain painty, is the term I'm gonna use. Yeah, I didn't want to be so uniform. I did have a lot of fun with this. Like, even though I lost it, I always loved decorating kind of nature-y spaces. They please me. And like I said, Deeren doesn't really have too many parks yet. I have lots of areas set aside for that, but it's just not something that was necessary in order to start playing through the rounds. But I want my Sims to actually go out and about. Like, for the most part, especially the initial round, they all just kind of stayed at home because I was just blazing through it. I did not have time. Didn't have time. But now we have more time, so I want to make sure that they have places to go. And this is gonna be one of them. But yeah, there's nothing like super crazy or special about it. It was very frustrating that my game was acting like this, because then, like 3 hours later, I was building something else, no problems. And I'm just like, really? Really? You just wanted to act up? There's nothing even on the lot yet to like justify not running well. Yeah, I was a little annoyed. I'm still kind of annoyed. It does it every now and again, just at random. And I probably need to update my computer, and I could do it. I'm lazy, but then if I take it to a shop, then I'm not gonna have my computer for at least 3 or 4 days, so it's like, I don't know. There's no winning. Because if I do it, I'm gonna spend more time than I want to being irritated. I just realized that looks like a pretzel or a face. Maybe it's for the best that this version was lost. That doesn't help. That's okay. See? Everything happens for a reason. So yeah. That's basically it. I don't have too much to say about it. Other than I did like how it was set up. Like in terms of the plants were top tier. And yeah, I'm tired. I've been very busy with unpacking my house, which, yes, it's been a month, but it's also been me by myself unpacking a 2-story house. And essentially I'm really unpacking my whole apartment that never fully got unpacked when I moved in with my partner, and my partner's whole house, so it's a lot. It's a lot. Like, I've focused on certain areas, and then there's, this space is a lot bigger than other space we previously had, so there's a lot of, like, needing to buy things. So then you have to wait, and it's just, yeah. But I'm really happy with it. It is maximalist to its core, but it's very much me. It's very silly too. Like, my downstairs, my living room, which is like a formal living room, I guess, is teal and orange. There's also, creams and browns and things like that, but yeah, it's mid-century and industrial and teal and orange, so you can only imagine. And there's like a gallery wall, because we have a lot of art between the two of us. Like, we just have purchased a lot of various pieces of art, usually from not like big well-known pieces of art, obviously, just creators that we know. And so we have a lot of art, and also I have a lot of like comics and things like that, and so it's very interesting, it's very eclectic. I'm still waiting on, I finally am getting a painting framed of mine that I actually ended up learning a lot about it while I was waiting, because there was a lady in front of me framing like 30 different magazines and being extremely difficult to the poor lady who was working at the framing table. Because she just was wishy-washy, and then she didn't like any of the options, but she just wanted to stare at them for a while, and after like 40 minutes, somebody else came and helped us. But yeah, this painting, I always assumed, because I purchased it in McAllister, Montana, and it said McAllister on it. I'm like, oh, you know, that makes sense. But I always wanted to know who painted it. Well, it turns out that there is an artist, I think it's H. McAllister, and he painted a lot of Western photos. So he was actually the painter. It just happened to end up in McAllister. But I never had considered that because, again, I purchased it there. So, like, in my brain, it was just like, oh, somebody was just putting where it is. Whereas my partner is like, yeah, but that could be a name. And I'm like, yeah, but the person who founded McAllister wasn't an artist. Like, no. But it wasn't. It just was a quinky-dink. That, or somebody who lived in McAllister purchased that painting because it said McAllister, and then it ended up in a thrift store, and I purchased it. Either way, it was cool to find out. It was painted in the 60s, and I've had it forever. I just really like it, so I'm excited to see it properly framed. Because it was starting to get damaged from all the moves that I made. It was an oil painting, and I did my best, but, you know, things happen. So yeah, that's going to complete my living room. And I also have my rainbow bookshelf down there because I'm absurd. And our compromise, instead of having a TV, is having a projector. So I'm not handling that part of it. And yeah, today, mostly in the past couple days, I've been working on, because the way that our house is set up, like, there's a living room and then you keep walking, and then there's just like a big space where, like, the kitchen's on one side, there's kind of open space in the middle right in front of the stairs, and then there's an area that could be a dining room, but the space in front of the stairs is gigantic, and that makes more sense to be where the dining area is, because why are you going to walk all the way across the house carrying food from the kitchen? That don't make sense. So I put my dining table in front of the stairs, which there's plenty of room and everything, but then I was like, what do I do with this space? It was going to be like my partner's area, but he didn't want it. He decided he wanted the room upstairs, and I was like, all right, well, what are we going to do? So it's kind of like a second living room-y type space, and it's mostly going to be like, I guess, a game area, but also like a display area, because again, lots of art. So the one whole wall is a gallery wall of all kinds of things that we have. It's not even probably a quarter of everything that we do own, but it's a good chunk. And then the wall next to it is going to be like a museum wall, because again, my partner has a lot of interesting little tidbitty things that he's never really properly displayed, like a Klein bottle. And so I got these little floating shelves, and I had the idea of, like, we're going to put spotlights on them, we're going to type out little blurbs and put them next to them, and it's going to be like a literal wall in a museum. Because it entertained me, and because it can be changed out quite a bit. I know I'm talking about my house, but that's, again, I'm decorating a park, so there's not much I could do. So yeah, that's what I've been working on today, and I very much would be considered a maximalist, so I don't think it would surprise anyone to know not only is my living room orange and teal, this little space that I've been doing is emerald green, gold, and there's like some yellows in there too. I don't know. I'm also gonna build like storage for all my partner's instruments that he says that he's gonna carry up to the space that he claimed. And it's not happening, and I didn't think it was gonna happen, but to spare us both the frustration, I'm just gonna build a space downstairs where those things can be tucked away. If he doesn't want to carry them upstairs, like, why cause problems for myself? So yeah, I have to do that, and I have to build a little cabinet for all of my games, but it's pretty much done. I just put down the rug. I'm like letting it, you know when you get a new rug, it's all rolled up and like you have to let it flatten. That's happening, but it has got a giant black snake on it, and yeah, I'm thrilled. It's so weird. I might show you guys, I don't know, I try not to like show too much of my real life spaces, just, you know, it's the internet, gotta be safe, but I also don't, it's not like I have like an Instagram or anything like that, so oh, they're good, nobody's gonna find me, and if you do find me, I mean, I have like 4 swords, so I'm okay. That sounded ominous, like they're not like swords, but it definitely looks scary. There have been occasions where people ended up in my backyard that weren't supposed to be, and they saw a girl with a sword and just immediately noped out of the situation. They didn't even question it. It was just, nope, this is outside of the realm of what I expected. I'm leaving. Which is a good, you know, was a good idea on their part, but I always think it's funny. My partner also thinks it's hilarious because he sleeps like a rock, so like I'm the one that investigates things. And the fact that I go to investigate with my sword, he's just like, why? Like, I mean, if you want to be scary, I'll get you a bat or something. And I'm like, no, the sword is way better. Because a bat, yeah, you might expect I know how to use that. I don't want a gun. I don't. No thank you. But a sword is just funny. And none of them have edges. It's fine. They're all like Lord of the Ring replica swords. Although we really want the Wheel of Time sword. They're coming out with Tamilthor's sword. I think it's actually out now. And I really want it, but I cannot justify the price. It's like $400. I'm just like hoping someone buys one and then decides to be generous and sell it for half of what they paid. It could happen. It could happen. Or there'll be a giveaway. A girl can dream. Yeah, so I put a border around it. I do put some lights. Like I said, this didn't really turn out how I expected. And when I do it again, there's gonna be some chess tables, maybe not archery because it's right next to the barracks, so it didn't really make sense, but just a few more activities for Sims to actually do. Maybe I'll put like some harvestable bee things. I don't know. But it was still fun to build, and I hope you enjoyed watching it, even if it does get lost to the abyss. I have a video, so I can always look back at it and go, huh? Yeah, I wasn't gonna delete it. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely give it a like if you did, and I will see you in the next one.